Hi, I'm Clark Dennis Cundiff, and honored and privileged to be the pastor of Bay Lake United Methodist Church at 4300 Shore Drive. I'm coming to you and this morning, what is it, the 11th? I believe it's the 11th of August. And we're continuing in our series by Bob Goff, Love and Chaos, how we can love each other in this divided world. And today we're talking about the power of words, how we can share kind words, and that words are important. Was it, I think, in One at a Time, the author talks about this. We do about 1,600 words a day, a 64-page book. And it's like, how much do I spend being intentional with my words, right? Am I listening more than I'm speaking? Am I considering the impact of my words when I speak? Because words have power. They have the power over life and death. I mean, the opinion of the world, of social media. How many people have chosen to take their life because of words from other people, opinions of other people, right? Words do have power. And the goal is to be like Jesus and speak words of life, right? To build up, not to tear down. And we, to some degree, we forget how powerful words are. But if you think back, what are those words of encouragement that you have received? What are those words of discouragement that you remember? Why is it I remember the discouragement? I don't remember as well the encouragement. Is that a human foible? Did I focus on what's not working better as opposed to receive the gift of what is working good? And we're looking at James, the 3rd chapter, verses 1 through 12, where he talks about the power of the tongue. It's like the tongue is a small member, like the rudder of a ship, but it guides the entire ship with the little tongue in our mouths. It's how we speak those words into the world. And those words we speak into the world comes from where? It comes from within us, doesn't it? It comes from where my heart is. And I know even today, it's like, when I was speaking on patience, I know I was really speaking to myself a week or so ago, and I was like, where is that coming from? What is that frustration within that's coming out as words, and that's usually by myself, to myself, but occasionally it's not, right? It's to your loved one, and it's like, it's not them, is it? It's something else going on within me that's coming, that comes from, because how I am, my heart, right? My paradigms, right? Paradigms is the way I look at the world. How do I perceive other people? Do I look at them as beloved children of God, of immense worth and value? Do I look at myself that way, that we're created in the image of God? And if that's my paradigm, that's how I see other people, then hopefully and prayerfully my behavior and my words will share that. Love of, God loves us unconditionally all the time. We choose to love God and to love each other, and to love ourselves. So I do. It's like, whereas, I'll go, well, and I'll do some introspection and find out, well, guess what? It's coming from this little frustration of this issue that I'm wrangling about in my mind, and hasn't not come to a solution to it. And then you bring your work home, right? The conflict I have at work, I tend to bring home, right? And because I'm dealing with it, I'm seeking to resolve it, I'm trying to come to a conclusion, I'm trying to move forward. But it is, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat its fruits. And yes, I believe my choices create my reality, but part of my choices is the words I choose, right? Do I choose I can, or do I choose I cannot? And when I say I cannot, guess what? My brain listens to that and believes it because you said it. So I always say I can. I don't have to do anything. Nobody likes to be told, and Bob Goff mentions this in the book, nobody likes to be told to do things, do we? We don't. I mean, it's just, I don't know, so nobody likes to be told to do things. But at the same time, my words, I listen to my own words, right? When I say I can, my brain believes it. If I say I cannot, My brain believes that too, right? So I want to speak words of affirmation for myself and words of affirmation for other people, because other people will take that to heart. And it was a time when I would focus on the one person that wasn't happy with my performance versus the 99 that was. And good, bad, otherwise, but that, I needed to balance that. Yes, it's always great to receive feedback to help me to see the world more clearly as it is, to help me to be better, to be a better person tomorrow than I am today. But it's also, realize that there are some people that always will maybe not agree with you, and that's okay. And doesn't mean they're right or I'm right. Doesn't mean either one of us are right or wrong. It's just our opinion, our viewpoint. But how we speak to each other influences. I mean, it's funny how, who knows that smile you give to somebody as you walk past them on the street, or when you open the door and for them to be polite, how that make a difference in their day. I hear people are on the edge of that bridge and we don't know it, metaphorically speaking, and getting ready to jump off, and that one kind word that you say makes all the difference. Now, you don't ever gossip, do you? What do I mean by gossip? I mean, it's talking behind people's back negatively. I mean, I guess it's probably okay to say good things behind people's back. Oh, they're great, they're awesome. But what if they're saying negative things? Oh, Clark, he just doesn't do what he says. He doesn't follow up. His sermons are not that good. And you can go, I bet you Clark would love to hear that feedback. Let's go tell him, because I know Clark, and I know he would appreciate getting that feedback. Now, one, they may take you up in the offer, and great, because Clark, yes, I love feedback. Come and give me the feedback. That'd be awesome. Or two, they'll realize, well, I can't gossip this person because they're not going to join in with me, right? So they don't gossip with it anymore, which is probably a good thing. So maybe it'll influence them to not gossip, right? They'll find somebody else that will listen to them instead. Because we do. You're hanging around and you're talking, and it goes into that. And sometimes I choose to interact and try to steer, try to encourage positive versus negative. And sometimes I just let it go and I pray for them. I pray words. I pray for them, right? Because I don't know what's going on in their lives. I don't know where that is coming from in them. Who knows? Maybe they've just got that diagnosis of cancer. Maybe their wife just said or spouse said they're going to leave them. Maybe they didn't get that job they've been waiting for 15 years. Grace, right? We have grace for each other. Because it is that one single candle. The tongue can light a forest fire. And all of a sudden it takes off that one ill-spoken word. Spreads like wildfire. And it's interesting. James says, out of the same mouth comes blessing and cursing. This should not be. How does that happen? We're human, I know. But my goal is to not, right? I want to be consistent. I want to be words of affirmation, words of encouragement. Because we are known by, the tree is known by its fruit, right? And my fruit is how I speak, how I love one another, how I care for one another, how I encourage one another, not tear down, but build up. So we need to be like Jesus and share the words of affirmation, of affection, words that point people to God, and to pray for people. I want to lift people up, right? I love you. You're beautiful. I am so proud of who you're becoming. You are great at what you do. And we give them those words of encouragement, those words of affection. And point people to God, right? Listen. Maybe part of speaking is, the biggest part is listening first, and then with a heart full of love to speak those words of love to the other person. Because words have power, right? To do ministry one word at a time, one person at a time. Because it's all about relationships, relationship with God, relationship with ourselves, relationship with each other. To love God, to love each other. Build people up, not tear down. Who did I encourage today? Who did I build up? How did I use my words to speak life today? Because it is a matter of life and death. May God bless you. I hope you'll join us on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for our modern worship service, and 11 for our more traditional service. And Your words do matter. Share the words of love today. Take care. God bless.